Hey everyone, it's BO Productions, and in this video I am going to attempt to play Minecraft 1.18 for the first time. Now, you might be thinking, why is that such a big deal? Well, let me lay out my computer specs for you. I am on an HP EliteBook from 2017. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM and an i7 processor, but this i7 only has 2 cores in it for a total of 4 threads, which means this is not as good a processor as you might want for a game that is getting as exceedingly complex as Minecraft 1.18. So, I have always had to play with minimum settings in 1.17 and before, so this, with the new generation, advanced world height and everything, will be an interesting experience, I think. So I figured I'd record the entire process and see just exactly how it goes. And we're going to ignore this silly thing at the bottom that says I have to get a Microsoft account. I'll deal with that later. In any case, I am recording this, which is going to put additional strain on the computer as I try to load the game. And I'm recording with PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, just because I don't want to download any other programs onto here in case I need to get maybe a new computer to run this game. I don't know. We'll see. But in any case, it's an interesting experience to use PowerPoint. So that's another reason to do this. So without further ado, let's load the game and see exactly what happens. I have Task Manager up and ready so I can see just what's going on in the background. So let's do this. And I do have, oh boy. And I do have maximum power settings unplugged in and all that. So the computer is as fired up as it's going to be. The computer also has 4K resolution, which I've reduced to 1080p for the purposes of recording, and because maybe that has an effect on something. But we'll see. And we'll see how long this takes. 1.17 didn't take too long to load, but this might. I've never loaded up 1.18 before at all, so I expect loading the game will go just fine. But I don't know how playing the game will go. Oh, it appears. There you go. 69% of the CPU being taken up. Not responding. But it's loading. So far, so good. And it's taking up quite a bit of my memory. That's not a problem. The memory is the RAM, pretty sure. And only 43% out of 16. Not bad. Not responding. That's a nice one. Ooh. New music and everything. And a new background. So, we have made it to the menu screen. Very nice. So I'm going to stop using PowerPoint now, maybe, hopefully, and get something that can record the game more appropriately instead of my desktop, because that's kind of unnecessary, and PowerPoint is not the greatest recording software in the world, as you might expect from something like that. This music is very loud though, my gosh. Anyways, so let us switch to a better and bigger screen. Okay, so here we are back at the menu screen, and I have switched from PowerPoint to the Xbox game bar for recording the background. So we'll get background music now. I noticed PowerPoint didn't record the game background, so you're welcome, because that was very loud, the new song that was playing. But now that I'm here with the game bar, the audio background is going to stink 100%, but it's going to be there. And my voice should hopefully be just fine. But I will note that 1.18.1 took significantly longer to load than 1.17 used to for me. The not responding periods are definitely something that I did not get with 1.17. So there's that. So it's a bit slower, but we're gonna see how well this goes today. So let's get going, I guess. This is my world that I'm gonna load up in. I've made a backup from the last time I played, which is actually not the date you see here. And we're gonna see how well this goes. here we go. Yeah, again, I expect it to work. I'm on minimum settings. As minimum as I'm comfortable playing with. It's like 5 chunks render distance, 20 FPS, no particles, like minimal particles. So hopefully all this should be just well and good. But it is taking a very long time to load, I see. Yeah, normally 1.17 loads by now. And I'm still in the maximum power settings. Like, this is the best performance I'm going to get out of this computer. And it's taking its time. But that should be okay. The main thing is it's going to load, hopefully. What happens after is what's going to be interesting to see. If the game crashes, well, then we know the answer to my question. If it does not crash, hopefully we'll get to playing sooner rather than later. But later is fine in this instance. As we work our way into the 40s, almost 50% loaded. Like, my world isn't that big, so this is in terms of performance here. But it's taking up all my CPU, I can see, and it's going. I mean, yeah. So, because of all the added blocks that has to load in above and below from the new world height, it has to generate all those caves below where my base is. So let's see how that looks. Here we go. That's all very strange. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is my base. It's a hole in the wall. Don't question it. As you can see, particles are off because the torches aren't doing anything. Can I move? Oh, I can. So now comes the all important test. What does my frame rate look like? And we'll load up the great mighty F3, and I'm at 20 FPS. Okay, and also as you can see up here in the upper right, yeah, just the Intel i7 at 2.8 gigahertz sucks. Okay, it's not great. And those are really low, you know, whatever. Terrible graphics. Anyways, can I move? I can. And straight off the bat, new music. Anyways, let's not dilly-dally, because I really want to get going and see what's new. But yeah, this is my world right here. This 3x4 map area that I explored. Some of it's 1.15, some of it's 1.17. Down here is 1.17, up here is 1.15, and that is 1.17. Basically, so my goal is I have a hole down to bedrock, or what used to be bedrock and it's now deep slate, that we can go explore and see what's there. And then also, this area over here is a swamp, which, although I'd like to wait for the wild update to get the new swamp to generate there, I know 1.18 remapped the biomes, so that's probably not a swamp anymore. And so I think our best bet is to go and have a look over there, in which case I'm going to need this map, if I can get it. Thank you. But first, let us go down to the bottom of the world and see if we can go sub y equals 0. It's going to be an interesting experience, but hopefully it's one that's rewarding. And yeah, so far the world's actually loading really well, despite having so much new height and generation stuff. I don't know how the audio sounds yet, but I'm guessing it's a mix between terrible and bearable. Every time there's a lag spike from anything, as I can see my CPU is doing stuff, the music is going to go crummy, I know. And I forget what song this is, but it's a nice one. The new music isn't terrible. Okay, so I think I need to see my screen better. Okay, close the curtain. I can actually see what I'm doing now. But let me get down to where I'm planning to go. And yeah, I know it's convoluted. That's how I play Minecraft. So you probably haven't seen my world before, but yeah, this is the mess that it is. It's actually not a great seed, I thought. It used to be, I'm pretty sure, 1.15, but with 1.18 remapping, I don't know where anything is anymore, biome-wise, beyond what I've explored, so we will see. But yes, oh boy, that was a lot of lag. More lag and more lag. So clearly, with my 5 chunk render distance, it is loading chunks Oh, that's right. Isn't that how it goes now? In 1.18.1, it loads in a sphere as opposed to in a cylinder. I think that's right. I might have that backwards or something. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Anyways, here we are. So this is all deep slate now. This used to be bedrock, and yeah, so I just cleared out a bedrock hole. There's an emerald down here and everything. And if you look carefully, there's a hole down here that is y equals 0 right there, above there. So what we're going to do is dig through this newly created deep slate and see if we can't go down. Maybe I should have brought a couple more torches. It's going to see, is there anything below y equals 0, like a cave or anything interesting to explore right now? Knowing my luck, the answer is very much no. But we're going to see. But yeah, let's see. I'm not seeing anything at all. Firstly, need a torch. Secondly, let's chuck the F3 screen. I'm on y-2. And there is nothing to be found. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. Hold everything. That's clay. Torch. That is clay. Also, first of all, yay, I like clay. Clay is one of my favorite blocks. And I can never have too little of it. And this is redstone. No. Okay, deep slate redstone. I've already found all the deep slate ores except for emerald? No, I found all the deep slate ores in my world in 1.17. I did that. So, it's not like I'm missing anything. But this is clay here, so maybe there's a cave off to the side. At least this isn't sand. More deep slate. Yep, yep, and there's no cave. Great. What did I say? Maybe there's something we're just barely missing it. Or is this really just a random patch of clay in the ground and there's like nothing? My torchlight confused me for a second. I thought I might have found something. Yeah, it's just clay in the ground. Wow. Thanks for the hope, I guess. I'm not sure what that was. That was a very interesting cave sound. I didn't think they added new cave sounds. Also, I have more clay than I'm gonna need for a long time right now, and it's kind of annoying. But I did hear a zombie, so I'm close to something. There he is again. Okay, I have found water. And it has pushed me back, and now I have to fight it. But that's a very good sign that I may have gotten something finally if I can get to the surface. Oh yeah! And I'm gonna die immediately. Frickin' zombies. Alright, where are you? Show up. I can't see you anywheres. There he is. Just die. Come on. Okay, this is great. Drip leaf, everything. Finally, you know, this was like the third patch of clay that I had been mining on my way down. And I found it, and I'm here, and it's glorious. And I don't feel like dying. So I'm probably just gonna leave. Good thing about lush caves. Pre-lit. So I can see a lot. And I don't have to necessarily worry about mobs. Okay, you know what? Where did I come from? A glowing sack? Oh, there's fish. Tropical fish. Very nice. Okay, I need some torches desperately. That's flint. Killed by a spider. No. Bad. 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 Go away. Thank you. Okay. I am here. I exist. my death will begin shortly, so I think I'm just going to leave before it gets worse. Yeah, the main point was to see what can be seen, and I have found myself a lush cave not too far away from my base, which is perfect. I don't want to explore too much underground, but I guess I'm going to be fine exploring under my 1.15, 1.17 world, because 1.19 brings in the deep dark, and I would love to have a deep dark city somewhere near my home base, just so I can get to it, like within 1,000 blocks. I don't know how rare they're going to be, but that'd be fun to know. Okay, so confirmed. A, it runs. Minecraft runs 1.18 on my computer. B, the generation exists and I found it. Now the last question is, how the heck did I get in here? And then, once I've figured that out, I'm going to go look for some new above ground generation where things are less terrifying. I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so that was a fun experience, but now we're back to the daylight realms. And as you can see, my render distance is very short. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn it up from 5 chunks to, say, how about 8? My game can only handle 7. Yee. That's a bit more. You can see a bit more. And you might be able to tell, or you might know, that I live next to a mountain. So what I'm looking for overworld style is something like this, preferably bigger. I doubt I'm going to find it because mountain biomes are quite rare, but it's worth looking nonetheless at the new generation. And I have the 2 maps with me that I want to explore in that general direction. I don't know if I'm going to take my horse because a lot of water, a lot of weird terrain, and maybe it just might be inconvenient to take him along, especially because I don't have the fence and the lasso and everything to take him with me. So we'll go by foot, and I think I'm going to head in a southerly direction just because I don't want to go too far north into that giant lake that you can see on the map right there. So we're going to go this way. No mention of my farms or how I live in a hole in the wall, just nothing. Shush. We're going to go this way. This is all old generation, but the lag is telling me it's generating new stuff. And that's a swamp, as you can see. But maybe the swamp is gone, because that right there looks like 1.18 generation if ever I saw any. The weird merging of worlds. Oh boy. Yeah, it's definitely, oh my gosh. Was that there before? I can't tell. Again, I've never been this way in my 1.17 world that I can remember. I don't remember what was over here before. But that is something. Actually, the fact that we're still not on this map tells me that I have been over there, over here this way. This is fascinating. It's old generation though, as far as I can tell. The lag might say otherwise. The main thing I want to see is, I know this was a big swamp. So if the swamp is cut off, then that's new generation. Also, maybe the river got bigger. I don't know. If the river dies, that's something worth knowing. Oh my gosh, there's so much lag. Is there a jungle? So the swamp is gone, and now we are into new generation. I'm almost sure of it. So we'll have to go exploring. And nope, we won't be going exploring. Oh, more swamp. Never mind. New generation be gone. This is still the same old mess that it was before. No, this is new. This didn't exist at 1.17, right? Am I making that up? I don't know. But I'm going to cut ahead till maybe I find something that's not a swamp. And we'll see what can be found that a ways. Okay, take everything back. There's a jungle here. This is not the best direction to explore in, apparently, because that's going to be a ton of lag. Look how high those trees are. 1.18 generation for sure, so we found something. But, yeah, I'm not sure that's that pleasant. I don't really feel like exploring that. Honestly, I don't much want a jungle. Like, what's a jungle good for? I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to 1.17 and explore this area, get the swamp, and then convert it back to 1.18. I don't know. I can do that. I have a backup. Um, yeah, but yeah, like, I don't see what the purpose... I don't really want a jungle. I don't like jungle wood that much. The only thing they're good for is, like, the grass color and parrots and bamboo, I guess. Oh, you know what? Bamboo is used to make scaffolding. And I have not actually done anything with scaffolding, and I would like to. So actually, you know what? That changed everything. We're keeping the jungle so I can have my bamboo for scaffolding, for the fun of it. And we're not going to talk about the salmon that were stationary and kind of still look like, I don't know, whatever. But anyways, yeah, this is a idealistic render distance I've got here. So let's change it back. Can't do 10 chunks. I'm going to change it down to 7. I also adjusted the simulation distance, forgot about that. So that's down to 7 chunks, so that seems to have cut down on the lag a little bit. The jungle goes invisible. So what I think we're going to do is go north a bit instead, because there's no point exploring the jungle. I know it's there, it's a jungle. It's not going to be interesting terrain, it's going to be a pain in the butt terrain. And it's not going to be much fun to explore. So I think I'll go north and cover in this map here that is above my base, so there's like a plains there in 1.17, so it'll be interesting to see what's there now, if it's any different. Oh, the lag is back. But as much as I detest the swamp, it's 1.17 stuff. So I'll just, the jungle will be a good deforestation project in the far future, I guess. And I can do something with it, I don't know what. By the way, new Minecraft music in the background, very nice. So let's just head this way. So I've been over here before. Oh my gosh. Does not stop the lag though. I just want to see anything new that isn't a jungle, okay? Just new generation, preferably treeless. It's not like there's any new forest to 1.18, they just got more annoying to traverse now because there's so many hills. The jungle is a good test of my computer's capabilities, which is mainly what this video is about, but the jungle is going to lag my computer on any update. Just like, unless I put it down to 1 chunk or something, I'm still going to get lag from it, just because jungles are just a mess. And now we're on to this map, so let me scroll over there. Oh my. There's water. Well, that's very uninteresting, but there is this hill over here, which, oh boy. Good, that's just nothing. This is 1.18 hill generation, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe we'll see something interesting. Maybe there'll be a nice cave. You can see there's a lot of coal. I doubt we're going to see emeralds. Some copper. That's how you know this isn't 1.15. Oh, and I'm off the map, but this is worth doing. I want to say, and we can make a boat. I can make a boat and go across. This is, if I had to guess, this is 1.17 generation being upscaled. Honestly, the way it looks like a big old smiley face, that's something else, I'll tell you. Also, this is a new 1.18 river. You can tell because of how flat and how wide it is. Very nice. So now that we're not near the jungle, performance is a bit better than 2 frames per second. It's not great. And this leaves something to be desired. But that's copper for you, I guess. Oh boy. It's very weird, like how that's so steep, and then it converts immediately into that. This makes me think that this side is 1.17 and this is 1.8. That's a very clean divide. And it goes from being super steep to being mostly pretty smooth, smooth descent. And just my luck, as per usual, an ocean. Which, I'm still getting lag, but whatever. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? More... Welcome to the jungle, I guess, we could say. Is there any way I can swim in a 1 block deep water so I can get across here any faster? So this is why we should have stuck to the map that I have in my hand. So we didn't have to walk through the water, trundle through the jungle, anything like that. I can actually explore something new. A 4-block high piece of sugarcane, for example. It's actually not the first one of those I found in my world. That actually seems to spawn fairly often, it seems like, in like natural generation, which is kind of interesting. That's nothing. Sad. Could have been something, wasn't. So you can kind of see from the map exactly where this is going. There's going to be just a coastline that's mostly 1.17 generation probably, even though it's lagging a lot, which I'm guessing has to do with a deep slate layer below Y0 or something happening, because 7 chunks in a spherical radius or whatever, still, that's pretty deep, even if it's not very far. And with this last little leg, I return to known lands. That was very disappointing. I'm guessing it wouldn't have been any better in 1.17. So, here's what I'm going to do. I might go have a look down south real quick and report my findings. I mean, this is cool generation. It's just maxes out at Y120, which you can see 108. Whoop-de-doo. So yeah, this is my base. It's nice. Okay, so here's what is on the other side of this very weird hill thing. Yeah, the generation on this is really bizarre. On the other side is forest. Not even interesting forest, just normal, boring, uninteresting generation forest. And I haven't been here, this is 1.18 stuff, but because I haven't been over this way in 1.17, but man, is this uninteresting to look at. And I can even crank up the render distance probably, and it won't look like anything. Options. We'll crank it up to say 12 render 12 chunks. This might break everything, but guess what we're gonna see? It's gonna be trees. And no. Jungle. Are you kidding me? More jungle? I lied. There's not more trees. There is in fact more ocean and more jungle. I am surrounded by jungle and by ocean, which sucks. And there's more trees that way. So in other words, I have no interesting 1.18 generation around. Like, what height am I on right now? I'm on 106. Nowhere's near anything interesting height-wise. So yeah, that's how it is. Whatever. The game is running, and I guess that's what's important. So I'll continue to look around and explore, but I guess this was a success, and it was just a disappointing success, because what I wanted from 1.18 I haven't got yet. I went for the range further afield. It's going to take hours, I'm sure, before I find anything interesting, and that is not worth recording for you because it will be very boring. So with that, I would like to thank you all very much for coming along with me on this excruciating journey, some of which was very boring and laggy, and some of which was more exciting, like that lush cave. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new around here, and in case you want to see more perhaps non-boring videos, that is my intent, to not make boring videos. This is not a history channel, this is a Minecraft channel, mostly. Yeah, so subscribe, like the video, all that fancy stuff that YouTubers tell you to do, and hopefully I'll see you in another video once I upload it. Goodbye.